Hello, dears. Welcome back to Anne's Short Stories YouTube channel. Here I come up with my second short story. Actually, I have planned two parts for the story, and the first part is the survival. Survival is the story of a lady who survived from the toxic relationship that she lived in for almost 38 years. There was a woman, her name is Daisy. She born in the year 1963. During those times, people in her community won't allow girls to study as women are supposed to do household works, whereas men should go to other places for work and they bring money to their house. Most of the women during those time are homemakers. They do not have education and they are forced to stay at home and take care of the kids and other family members. At the age of 22, Daisy got married to a guy named John, and they are also from the same place and community. John was 33 at that time. Daisy has no idea about how the person will be. She just said yes when family came with a proposal. After their wedding, they both stayed with John's family for around 7 months. But John decided to move to Daisy's house as he had some issues with his own family members. Daisy got pregnant within 2 months after their wedding, and John went to his workplace. He will be back after 2 years. Daisy lived with her parents and siblings and gave birth to a baby boy. They named him Jake. John did not come to see his child when the baby was born, but John came when he got leave from his company, that is once in 2 years. John doesn't care about his own family. He actually wants a person who obey him and live as per his ideologies. After 2.5 years, they got their second kid. They named him James. John was not there to see his second child too. At that time, Daisy's sister in law began to fight with Daisy verbally. She doesn't want Daisy and kids staying with her. During that time, John and Daisy bought a land with money Daisy got from her family during her wedding and with the savings from John's salary. This is the reason why Daisy's sister in law started fighting with her to move from their place. John was working in Middle East and Daisy informed John through letter and they both decided to build a house in their own place. John was that kind of a person who doesn't spend more. He spent little and save more. He provides very less money to his wife and children to live their life. In 1992, they moved to their unfinished new home. Daisy and the little boys stayed there for 1 year, and Daisy gave birth to their third kid in 1993, and this time it was a girl. They named her Jamie. John saw his girl child after 4 years. This clearly says John has no personal attachment with his own family. When Jamie born, Daisy struggled a lot to take care of her family with that very less money. So she wrote a letter to John asking for sending something more as Jamie is very little and the boys are going to school and she cannot be able to take care of everything with this money. John sent a reply by writing abusive words to Daisy and asking for Daisy's mother's account number to send money. And after that, Daisy gave those details to John. After that, John sent rupees 250 more with that less amount to Daisy's mother's account number. After this, there were no contact from John and he came home after 4 years. John was a stinky person. As Daisy doesn't have much education, she doesn't know how to look after her children if she come back from this relationship. So she sticks on to this even though she doesn't want to. John and children were not mentally connected. When he was at home, children won't talk much. They kept silence throughout the day and night. If Daisy questioned him about his salary, then John cannot control his anger and beat his wife in front of the kids. He created a rule that everyone in his home should obey him even though it is not right. If he has some personal vengeance with other people, then his wife and children should also do the same to that people. If it is not followed, then he punishes his children and wife. Jake got job after his studies and John asked his son to give the whole salary to Daisy and get money from her if he wants to meet his day-to-day expenses. Jake refused to do that, but he gave some money to Daisy. This made John angry and he won't attend calls of Jake. Jake knows how to take care of his family. If there is any need, Jake will be there to support his family. After some years, James also got his job. John asked the same thing to James, but James told him he has these many expenses, so he mentioned an amount that he can give to family. In 2016, Jake got married. During the wedding time also, John created many problems such as asking more amount as dowry, demanding more money from bride's family by saying groom will be ready only if you give this much amount, not allowing Jake to buy things for wedding etc. Wedding must happen. So bride's family said okay to John's demand. This made Jake, Daisy and siblings felt badly about John. In 2017, John came back from Middle East and started living with his family. During those time, he created many problems. James and Jamie completed their studies and started working. And James had love relationship with a girl named Anu and she is from other religion. This made John angry and he asked them to stop the relationship. But James doesn't want to end his relationship with Anu as he wants to marry her. Due to this, John made an order asking James to not enter home if James is continuing his relationship. John refused to get money from James due to this relationship also. One day, John threw money to James' face once he gave his salary to John. Years passed. Daisy and John decided to get Jamie married. They asked Jamie to come to hometown after 6 months. Jamie resigned her job and came back to home. During those days, Jake was also there at home as he was trying to go abroad. Proposals are coming for Jamie. If Jamie doesn't like any proposal, then again John created problems in home. He wants her daughter marry as per his wish. If Jamie opposes, then the home will become a hell. In September 2020, Jake went to abroad, and finally, Jamie got a guy named Michael, and they both got married in October 2020. And Jamie moved to Michael's place. At the same time, John was somewhat okay with the relationship of James, and in December 2020, James was also married. James and Anu were staying near to their workplace. Again, John and Daisy were alone at home. John began to harass Daisy if she talks to her children over phone. He beats Daisy if he came to know that Daisy talked to her children. This made Jamie sad about her mom, and she decided to take her mom along with her. If Jamie do straight away, she clearly knows that John will create the situation worse and won't allow his wife to go with Jamie. So, Jamie and her brothers decided to seek help from Daisy's sister Mary. John will go to beach every evening. Daisy asked Mary to come home during that time. Mary went near to Daisy's home and collected the bags which was packed by Daisy a day before. And the next day, when John left in the morning to church, Daisy didn't go to church on that day. She ran away from home and reached her daughter's home. Daisy had a fear during the initial days as she got many threatening calls from John and his relatives, but it got over when the weeks passed by. John never sat idle. He gave a false police complaint that Daisy ran away with his valuable jewels. Jamie and Daisy were asked to come to police station. They came and explained the situation. Officials came to know that the whole problems are with John. Police officer asked Daisy and Jamie to go home. John never learned from this. He gave a divorce petition in the family court as he wanted to marry another lady. He did not have patience to wait until the divorce case got over. He started living with a lady in the house that having the joint ownership of Daisy and John after giving divorce petition. Daisy don't want to stick on to this relationship. She's okay with giving divorce, but she wants the maintenance as she lived her entire life with this cruel man and look after their children. So she also needs to live a better and peaceful life hereafter. Divorce case result came within 2 years. The result was to give 50% of the value of house and property should be given to Daisy, as both the parties are not ready to continue with this married relationship. The advocates of both decided to sell the whole property and share the 50% to Daisy. The house and land were sold and Daisy got her amount. She bought a land near to Jamie's house and built a home there. Her children can visit her and stay with her whenever they feel to be along with each other. True peace is not merely the absence of tension, it is the presence of justice. Martin Luther King. And the next part is John's future. Thanks for listening to my story. Please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to ring the bell near to subscribe button to get notifications when I upload new short stories. Also, please share your valuable feedback through comments. Thank you.